Hello, friends, and welcome into the Cowboys Report presented by BetDSI, the internet's #1 sportsbook. I am your host, Tom Downey. We'll start things off with one, I'd say, fairly notable news item for the Dallas Cowboys. Cornerback CJ Goodwin, who had recently signed with the Cowboys off the Bengals practice squad, well, he is now out for the season. He broke his forearm in the loss against the Redskins. Now, this means two things really in focus here. Number one, the Cowboys do have an extra roster spot. And number two, they're kind of thin right now in the secondary. Goodwin had signed along with Darian Thompson to provide extra depth in that back end. With no more Goodwin, the Cowboys are once again down to just 4 cornerbacks, even though Xavier Woods played plenty of nickel in his first season. So with Goodwin now gone, expect the Cowboys to search for some more secondary help. I don't think it necessarily will be through the trade market, but they will have some interest in some free agents. And one of those free agents happens to be our first rumor of the day, and we'll start things off here. A little talk about, could the Cowboys sign Obi Melifonwu? I will go ahead and give this one 2 stars. Had long been rumored on Twitter because the Cowboys had interest in Obi before the draft and the pre-draft process, and he visited with the Cowboys and also, by the way, visited with the Seahawks when Chris Richard was still in charge of that defense. So I'll give it 2 stars. Talent-wise and upside-wise, it's kind of a no-brainer, right? A former second-round pick, a freak athlete. He's big and he's fast. What more do you want? You can mold him into something that you can use and make him into a reliable player in your secondary. The issue is, and this is, I think, partially why this might just be a fact-finding mission for the Cowboys, he has dealt with knee and hip issues in his NFL career. He has hardly played, and the Raiders couldn't find a trade partner at all for him. They just cut him straight up from IR. There's been a little bit of buzz. Maybe he doesn't truly love football. I thought initially he might be more of an off-season project than a mid-season one, but I am okay with adding Obi. I liked him coming out of UConn. He kind of does fit that Byron Jones type mold of big, long, fast, and skinny. He's a freak athlete. Now, you can put him at corner or at safety or at linebacker. Maybe you make him into a utility guy. I wouldn't mind him. And at safety, that's kind of what I thought he was coming out. But maybe Richard wants to put him at cornerback. Either way, I think it makes some sense for the Cowboys to bring in Obi Melifonwu with one big if the medical checks out. All right, folks, today's show is brought to you by BetDSI. Go to chatsports.com/bet. Use promo code Cowboys120 for a 120% deposit bonus. And then once you sign up and deposit, DM me on Twitter. All right, at WhatGoingDowney. I'm giving away some Cowboys jerseys. Supply is going super fast. We're very low on supply, but if enough of you guys DM me, maybe we can get you guys some more. But you got to sign up with BetDSI. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code Cowboys120 is how you do it. So again, just DM me on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney. All right, some more rumors here. Could Geoff Swaim be back for Week 9? And this is the hope for the Cowboys. I'll give this one 2 stars because it's still pretty early. He's coming off a sprained MCL. If I had to pick one or the other, I think I'd probably lean a little bit more towards Swaim being able to play. I think that makes a little bit more sense for the Cowboys. They want him out there. Remember, they made Dalton Schultz the number 2 tight end, which frankly surprised me. I didn't really expect that one to end up being the case, but that's what the Cowboys ended up doing. Blake Jarwin got demoted, but it also meant that Rico was 4th in snaps last week among tight ends, which I know you guys don't like. And if Swaim can't go in Week 9, who should start at tight end for the Dallas Cowboys? Let me know in the comment section. We'll see what you guys think there. Now, we'll take you now to another rumor here, the one we just see up on there. Randy Gregory, is he going to be able to play in Week 9? I'll give that one 2 stars as well, because for Gregory, that's a bit of a question mark, and I don't know if Gregory's going to be able to go. I hope he's able to, but he's been banged up as well. He is dealing with a knee scope. He underwent that this week, has been battling a knee injury all season long, for at least for most of the season. Much like Geoff Swaim, he's hopeful. The Cowboys are hopeful he can play against the Titans. I think it's a minor injury, but anytime I hear the word knee, scope, and or procedure together, I do get just a little bit anxious. So I think he'll be okay. We'll keep it at 2 stars for now because we are so far away from that game against the Titans. But if I had to bet, I think that Gregory and Swaim are going to be able to go, but I'll keep it at 2 stars for now. Speaking of Gregory, if you go way back to some of the initial shows, I put the over-under at 4.5 sacks, which I feel pretty good about because Gregory has 1 sack so far this season. So you've seen in several games, over or under now, 4.5 sacks for Gregory. Let me know in the comment section which one you think it'll end up being. All right, folks, if you guys like what I'm wearing, go get your own mizzen and main shirt. Comfortable.af is the website. You will not find a more comfortable dress shirt than a mizzen and main shirt. And oh, by the way, they're made right here in America, which is just perfect for America's team. All right, some more Cowboys rumors here. Next up, could the Cowboys not be done making trades yet? This one I think is a possibility. The Cowboys will certainly do their research here, but I'll only give it the 2 stars. Now that you've moved away a first-round pick, I don't know if you really want to deal more draft picks away. Now, receiver, tight end, and safety were the rumor positions the Cowboys were targeting. Well, you can cross off receiver. They already took care of that one. And frankly, given that you made a move for Amari Cooper and spent a first-round pick, I don't know if you necessarily need tight end either. And the Cowboys want to be first or a 6th rounder, so any trade is going to be for a late-round pick. If you can find a depth guy for a 7th rounder, maybe you do make the trade at that point. All right, some more Cowboys rumors here, folks. Next up, Amari Cooper. Is he going to be the Cowboys' #1 receiver? I'll give this one 3 stars. Now, I'll tell you why it's not 4, because he is going to be your best receiver. But is he going to be the true #1 receiver that the Cowboys offense seems to need? The Joneses have made comments about, they want DeAndre Hopkins. Can Cooper be that guy? Only time will tell. He's certainly the Cowboys' #1 guy right now. That's why it's the 3 stars. But can he be the fix to cure the Cowboys offense? That part I'm not so sure of. Maybe Dak Prescott said it best. He says this isn't the magic pill. One player isn't going to make all these errors that we've had go away. And Cooper's right. Now, I think Cooper's going to make a big impact on this offense, but I don't know if he's going to be the true dynamic elite #1, i.e. top 15 receiver in the NFL that the Cowboys offense seems to need right now. Folks, subscribe to our new Cowboys Report YouTube channel, youtube.com/Dallas Cowboys Report. All of our great coverage all in one spot. And oh, by the way, certain things like maybe an Amari Cooper film study tend to go up earlier on that channel. So go there, youtube.com/Dallas Cowboys Report. All right, one last rumor, again, as we continue to do with the fallout of the Amari Cooper trade. Could it save Jason Garrett's job? 2 stars on this one for Amari Cooper and Jason Garrett. There are some scenarios in which it does make sense. The biggest one, of course, is that, well, they make the playoffs. That's kind of a no-brainer, right? If the Cowboys make the playoffs, I don't think Jason Garrett's getting fired. But what happens if the Cowboys still miss it? Look, Jason Garrett is still on the hot seat right now. But with the move for Amari Cooper, I think there's at least a chance the Cowboys and the Joneses and McClay can talk themselves in to keeping Jason Garrett. And there are some scenarios where they miss the playoffs and he stays. If Dak Prescott goes down next week, Garrett might not get fired. If the Cowboys come up just short and they almost find their way in, maybe the Cowboys can talk themselves into keeping Jason Garrett. I still think in the end, if the Cowboys miss the playoffs, Garrett's gone. But I'm not quite as confident as I once was. So, folks, let me know in the comments section, will the Cowboys make the playoffs? Type 1 for yes and type 2 for no. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for next Cowboys Report.